Okay, so it is Thursday, November 19th, and today we had some issues with WebEx, and I apologize for that. It actually ate up a good 3 to 4 hours of my day, which sucked. So I'm going to create this video to try to help you guys out. So again, I apologize for that. I hate WebEx, but of course, that's what they give us. What I'd like to do is just show you what we went over in the WebEx for the people who were able to make it in. I couldn't record it. Everything was messed up. And I'm going to try to answer some other questions along the way. So here is the policy tab on our website. On our data set. It's got the EMR and the years that are used to calculate the EMR. And one thing I had done for the Tuesday lecture is that I created a scatter plot of the year and EMR to look for a trend. So I could forecast it out and maybe estimate overall how much more the company is going to pay in the future for their annual premiums. So I'm going to go to create a scatter plot. Here it is. I don't like that it's giving me half years in here. I can format the grid lines. Oh, I thought I could. Not what I wanted. I think what I'll do is just go ahead and add a best fit line. Go forward 1 year. Yeah. I want to know what the equation is and the R. I really want to fix this. There we go. Much better. So here's what we have. You see the R squared is about almost 0.95. That's really good. Looks like there's a pretty good trend in 2021. It looks like it's going to be up around between 1.2, 1.4. But I have the equation, so I can punch it in and find out what it really is going to be. So I'm typing equal point. I'm going to put in parentheses 0.14 times 2021 and minus 281.67. So 1.27 is going to possibly be the EMR in 2021. $1.27. It's going to be 2019, 2018, 2017. This is theoretical, of course. And what I'm going to do is italicize and put some color to it because it is theoretical and not real. But 1.27. Now we know the annual premiums are between 750 and 900,000. So we could actually calculate with the, let's say the annual base is 750. We'll go on the low end. All right, so what I'm going to do is equal 750, 1, 2, 3, times by the EMR. And that's how much they are going to pay. Estimated annual payment. Just doing, I did this in the lecture. I think I said I was going to show you how to do it in the help session today. Didn't get a chance to get it recorded, so here we are. Turn this into currency. Get rid of the pennies. So let's compare it to 2019, which is really the last year we have of what happened, and their annual was about 780,000. So what's the difference between, from 2019 to potentially 2021? The difference is, click on that amount, minus that amount, an increase of $172,500. And what percent increase is that? The percent increase is the difference divided by what the base is, 22%. That's what the increase, and that's what I said in the presentation. That's how I figured that out. Just a little bit of additional information to convince management. If things don't change, in 2021, our annual premiums should go up by about $172,000 to what they were in 2019. That's a 22% increase. That should catch their attention, most definitely. Again, it's theoretical. All right, some other things that you guys wanted to questions that everybody had. I kind of showed. I'm just going to get up to the new causes. When you do the new cause, you enter it in. You need to add it to the outliers as well. Hope you all realize that. So I've got my new cause. I've got the source description just to the right of it, and I use the cipher available in the Excel sheet with the mechanics and tips. There was a video and there was the Excel sheet under the tab for this project. The video is about 42 minutes, 43 minutes. I recommend you watch it and not just rely on the 7 videos series. So this was all built. The what do you call it? The outliers are in there too. I have all of my original tables here to track the work I've done. Some of you have been deleting them. Don't do that. Don't delete. And make sure you're not typing in things. I still have the same original equations I had typed in at the very beginning of this project so that it updates as I manipulate. So I've got my new cause codes. I get with the top 4, I get over the 80% that I want. So that's likely going to be my priorities here. But this is with everything. I need to now remove outliers and see if this changed at all. So I removed 39. That's what I've been using. And it appears that it looks like everything has pretty much stayed the same. Let's see over yeah, okay. And that's not supposed to be red. So a student had pointed that out today. All right. So my Pareto analysis is done. These are going to be my priorities from a new cause. Now the next step is to start narrowing to a policy class code cause pairing. That's what the next step is. So if I go back to my policy class code or my priorities, they were overwhelmingly 2220, 8032. So I go back and I'm going to be using this particular tab. So I'm going to copy it into a new one. Okay. I'm going to bring the header down because I'll be sorting now. Because what I'm going to be doing now is narrowing down to just one single policy class code. So I'm going to turn the header row here into a filter and sort by policy class code. Number 1 on my list was a 2220. So I'm going to delete every claim that does not have 2220 here. So I'm just kind of, I sorted it so they're all going to be, compartmentalized. There we go. And now we're to the next one. And I just double check, click and drag to highlight the rows, get to the bottom. Hopefully you guys spotted the things that were missing and turned it into a 999. So now all I have here on this tab is 2220. I'm going to label it 2220. And let's see if the new cause priority changed. It did. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight, just like we've been doing. Hopefully you've been doing it too. Highlight the data. Go to Data, Sort, and sort by RPN. High to low. It did change. I'm just going to put these on the outside here because this is the original. And this is the rank 2220. This is rank original. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm not going to put 5. All right. So for 2220, I'm going to be focusing on number 1, slip, trip, and fall. Number 2, overexertion. Number 3, caught in or in between. And number 4, struck by again against. I'm going to analyze these 4. The top 4 represents an equivalent or an extension of 85%. Got what I need. So now what I want to do is I want to prepare this particular tab, which is 2220. 39 outliers removed. Yep. Because they should be down here. I'm just going to check to make they are down here. Oh, I have to get rid of the things that are not 2220. I almost forgot that. So I'm going to turn the header row, make sure there's nothing below here connected to it. Nope. I'm going to turn the header row into a filter. I'm going to filter by policy class code. And I'm going to get rid of everything that's not 2220, just like above. So that's all I have in this tab is 2220. These are only the policy class codes 2220. That's all it is. Now what I want to do is I want to, do I not have my fiscal year thing? Nope. So I'll have to create that and I'll have to create my final results. So I've got it. I mean, you can find it in the, in that Excel sheet that I was talking about before. It's there. So here's what mine's going to look like. A452. Go back to this is the one we were working on. It didn't work. Whatever. Just want this stuff here. So this is what I'm going to be working with. I need to make sure these are correct. They probably are not. That has to go down to 466. All right, so we've got 426 as a count. Is that correct? Well, we can check our work by looking at these tables down here. 246. And then I got the totals here, so I can check my work. So 426 are the total. I got that right. I've got the 9-year average here. It's just the average from 2011 to 2019. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I got to check these here. Goes from 2, it needs to go to 466. So I'll just update that. You can redo a lot of the equations if everything has been kept the same. There, didn't change anything. That didn't change anything. So I need to verify the numbers are the same. I just made it so I can move it out. So am I 1, 2, 8, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 7, 9, 1? Yep, everything matches up. Okay. So now my fiscal year table is correct. Just going to make sure that that's still, yep. Got it all right here. And is the overall average 3,010? Let's make sure. That's obviously not correct. 3,010. 3,010. Yeah. So you can check your work as you go to make sure it's all set up properly, and that is. Over here, I'm going to delete all this stuff just so we're starting from scratch. Okay. So you just bring over this table from the Excel sheet, and this is what we're going to use to do our analysis. And then we just have to copy and paste this table to a final tab. So one thing I want to do is I need to kind of set it up. Okay, hope you guys are still here with me. So some of the things here, because I'm just going to keep using this information. So I'm going to analyze all of my 2220. So the 2220 slip to fall, overexertion, struck by, and caught in. I'm going to do all of them based on this. So that's why I'm building this here. I'm going to have to do this again when I do my calculations for 8032. But I'm going to start right here. So the outliers are down below, and I've got what this is. Now I could look at it, but if I start creating the scatter plots, I'm going to have to recreate them every single time. I think it's better to create them from scratch. For the table, equal int, which means integer, because you don't want to have anything but. So it gives me 44. It rounds it down. That's basically what it does. And I do want to click on there and have it done correctly, because then I don't have to do anything else. This will automatically update if I do it this way. The average, I go equal, then I click on the average per claim. And the forecasted loss is the 9-year average, 140,000. For figures, we have to calculate that out, and I will do that last. Number of outliers. Okay, let's do it down here first, open claims. We'll go over here. And it already gave me an updated count, so I just click on that cell. See, it brought it over. It should have. Equal. Yeah, now it did it. I want to know what I did there. The number of $0 claims, put in an equal sign. I'm kind of portaling it over. $0 claims, 28. And the last one, I believe, is the median. Go equal and find the median. There it is. Okay, so now I won't ever have to look at that again. It's there. For the number of outliers, what I'd like to do is kind of set up a trick. I'm gonna go down here. And what I do is I kind of create this additional, all I'm doing, I mean, you don't have to put in an X. You can put in whatever you want. Went too far. But this is going to be the column that I use to add up the number of outliers. And this is in AA. Y is the open close. That's another thing we're going to need to express. And total paid is T. So T, Y, and A. And it goes from 577 to 596. So we'll go up here. Number of outliers equals count if AA. God, I forgot. It was something to 577, 596. 577, AA, 596. It's an X, so there are 20. And I could come down here and check my work, and I do. Yeah, 20. Awesome. So I'm going to do 577 to 596 for Y and for T. So total paid equals sum of T 570, is it 576 to 594? Is that right? I keep forgetting. Of course I can come down, I could come down here and highlight it too. Ugh. It's 577 to 596. There. All right. So I've got that amount. The percent of the outlier is equal to that total divided by the overall total, which 6659243. Come on, I've done it so many times. Number of open equal count if. I believe this is Y 577 to Y 596. Open. There's 2. And the average is simply the total amount divided by the count. Yeah. All right. So this is a very good start. Without the figure here, you know, you're going to have to type this number in. It's going to be the lower of the two of these. The desired input, the desired ROI is 25%. Quick, make this change. We're forecasting to 2021. 2021. I believe everything there is updated there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the first one for you, and I'll show you how this all works. So this equation right here, which already should be built in, is equal to the amount of the estimated loss divided by 1 plus the ROI. 0 is there, so it's automatically 0. So I could now start moving on. All right, let's go down and take a look and see what our number 1 priority is. Yep, that's still right. It's slip, trip, and fall. So I'm going to copy this 2220, paste it. I'm going to sort by new cause, because I only want to do slip, trip, and fall. So I'm going to filter, put in the filter for the header, sort A to Z, and I'm going to delete everything that is not slip, trip, and fall. And everything I just built is going to automatically update. If I do it this way, I save myself a ton of extra work. Not literally. Okay. just slip and trip and fall is up here. I have to go down and do the same thing with my outliers. Oops, that's not right. Here we go. And I'm just doing these manually because there's so few of them. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do the graphs, figures, whatever you want to call them. Okay, there we go. So now everything here has been updated except for the figure. See, that's 8. I've got the 47 here, the 5,000 there. All right. I'm almost done. Just bear with me. So I'm going to first do plot by count. And I need to go to insert, scatter plot. That's for count. I do the total paid. I'm just doing 11 through 19. Because 20 is not a complete year. You can also do it for the average per claim. Insert. Now, as you notice, we have to add the years, the x-axis. Just add 11 through 19. Okay, that looks good, and got to add it for here as well. 11 through 19. All right, now I'm going to add the best fit line. And when I add the trend line, I always call it best fit line because that's how I was taught. So it's the best fit line. So I'm going to forecast it forward 2 years. So from 19 to 20 to 21, and I'm going to display the R squared, just like we had done before. I'll do it for each one of these. All right. So now what we need to do is use the 2021, so this point, and then go over to the y-axis. I'm going to call this, it's either 23 or 24. I'll go to the lower number. So 23 is the estimate. For the average cost, it's definitely below 8,000. I'm going to go 7,500. These are just estimations. And then for the forecasted loss, it looks like it basically hits 120. So go 120,000. I put the lower of the two, and I can make it into a round number. So I'm going to go 48,000. It automatically updated it. That's it. That is what you need to do for 8 different policy class code and new cause pairings. I'm going to, what I would do next is I would copy and paste the original that I had worked on, and bring it over, and I'll delete everything that's not overexertion. And then I'll start over again, bring it over, and then I'll delete everything that's not caught in or in between. And then I'll bring the one over and I'll delete everything that's not struck by and against. And I will create these same figures, and I will complete this table. And I will then have 4 separate estimated losses, 4 separate requested investments, 4 different, summations of the outliers that are there and what they represent. And then I'll do the same thing with, instead of being a 2220, it'll be 8032, which, I do have these. See, I got this here. Now I'll copy and paste, and what are my top 4 for this? Looks like it changed a little bit. I gotta go all the way over. I've got a new ranking. I'm going to do overexertion first, then struck by, then slip, trip, and fall, and then miscellaneous. Same thing. And then once I've completed everything, I'm going to bring all of my results, copy and paste, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second, to a final results table. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's go slip, trip, and fall, overexertion. So as you can see, I created the charts. I just didn't do the average claim. I could do that later if I need to. Just kind of even that out. And here's what you do. You highlight this results table. You're all done, right? Control C to copy, or however you want to do that. Then we go to the final results. I pick a spot. I right click, and then you go up to paste special. There's a little arrow, paste special. So I want to paste it as a picture. See, now I can't change it. It's a picture. I can make it bigger or smaller or narrower, whatever I want to do, so I can pack them in. And then I manually enter the results into this final results table and try to make it look pretty, things like that. So that's what you do. That's what you're working toward, is having, somewhere around 8 different pairings of policy class code and new cause code. It should be new cause code. And then you enter in the ranges between the table and the figure. The lower of the two is the estimated claims always. Average range, the median is always there. The range of total paid, again, it's between the table, which is the annual average, with the forecasted best fit line. It's the trend line. And then you enter in the big numbers. Keep this at 25%. It can be recalculated if you want to, especially if you do some rounding. And then you enter in the outlier information for additional support for your contention. Okay, so some people have asked, how do I, make tables prettier? So I Googled it. I Googled, how do you make better looking tables? And what I found is you can actually do it in Excel. I didn't know that. So I just highlighted the table, and you go up here, you go format as a table. Look at, it's got all the choices you have from Word. I didn't know this. And you can choose colors, See, that's kind of cool. You can get creative with how you want to do it. This is really impressive to me. I didn't know we could do this in Excel until I searched it. And so I added 2 videos to the tab that has our semester project, and it explains different tricks that you could do to make these. Look at that, looks great. Now I can copy this directly to PowerPoint, but it does need a little bit of work to clean up. It wouldn't fit on a page. And so what I might do is modify this, add some spaces up here and divide it into different sections. Because you're typing things in, it'll remain the same. It's just if you put any equations in, it may mess it up a little. So make sure it's correct. As far as doing the same thing for figures, I believe there's also a figure chart design. Yep, look at this. You can make them look really, really awesome. Look at this. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, I didn't know I could do this in Excel. I did not know. Otherwise, I would have told you. But it's pretty awesome what you can do here. Just right here in Excel. And I don't know. What is it? I don't know. I don't even know what all these things do. I don't. I just found it when I was playing. That didn't seem like it did anything. Oh, change that. I don't know. So that's really all I wanted to show you. That's everything that's left. Hopefully, you all worked ahead. Hopefully, this will just make things look better. If you're falling behind, you can try to get a hold of me. I lost a lot of time today because of WebEx. I'm behind on some projects. I actually have a meeting in the morning I have to cancel because I didn't get to work on it today. So reach out to me with questions, but always be checking your work. Always be adding the comments. Don't delete tables. Just add more space, because all this stuff updates as you reduce the number of claims up above, because you're focusing on a policy class code and a new cause. But it also allows you to see changes like an accident location. For 8032 overexertion, I can look on here and find out and figure out which store is experiencing the greatest number. Just basically, I'll sort it by RPN. No, now I got to sort it by X. I hope that was right. It's supposed to be W. Stupid. So these 3 stores, and I bet I could probably do this, the top 3 stores for each one of my priorities, and it would be different stores. But that's okay. It's just another layer to focus your work. Now, there isn't going to be as much as as many things. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'd have to do the analysis to find out. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. So that's all I got. Contact me if you need help. Good luck.